Today, I'd love to share a couple of places that are currently hiring content writers. So in case you are a content writer worth your grain of salt, these are very good opportunities because the companies that I'm sharing are well established and they pay so well. So if you're interested, make sure that you're rushing to make applications because all of these jobs that I'm sharing are time bound. In case you're late, you'll end up missing out on the opportunities. So as soon as you finish watching this video, jump into action, send those applications, and fingers crossed, hopefully you get in and start making that moolah as a content writer. But before I even share this list, there's something that I always talk about in most of my videos, and I know at this time or this point I start sounding as a broken record, and that is, don't go making any application unless you have a portfolio ready. You see, these companies that you are applying to, they have no idea who you are. They've never met you, and probably they're never going to meet you. So your portfolio is what bridges that gap. It is what gives them a rough idea of who you are as a freelancer. Okay, you can just come to them, say, hey, I'm Olivia, I'm looking for this job, but what is going to convince them enough for them to want to hire me or to hire you? It is your portfolio. A portfolio is like the physical representation of who you are as a freelancer. It's the same as when a company is hiring and they have an interview. So guys come dressed in suits and things like that. You see that impression that someone has, an interviewer has, when they see the candidate dressed in a suit, well represented and things like that. You see that impression. That is the same impression that your portfolio gives this company, okay? And besides that, it also gives them a rough idea of how you work, because your portfolio includes your samples. So please, before you make any application, make sure you have a portfolio. In case you don't know how to go about creating a portfolio, I think I have a video on that. If I do not have a video on portfolio creation, then I'm going to share one this week. Make sure that you're watching it. It's very important. Like, a portfolio is one of the most important tools that any freelancer can have, content writer or not. Okay, so assuming you have your portfolio ready and your portfolio has quality samples, then you can go ahead and start applying these platforms. So let's head over to my computer. It's going to be very quick, and yeah, let's see these job opportunities. The first company is the Oval Update. You can see that they are open for pitches, and when you scroll down a bit, you can see the requirements. They're paying $0.1 per word, meaning if you work on a 1,000 word article, that's going to be $100. That's a very good amount if you ask me. Now, of course, they've specified whatever it is they're looking for. They've said most of our opinion pieces range from 600 to 1,000 words and so on. They've given an example there. So before you apply, you can check out the example, see how they write, their tone, understand basically what they're looking for, so that when you're applying, you make sure that your sample aligns with whatever it is they've shared there. Now, I'm going to scroll down a bit to see how we can go about applying for this work. The voice is first person narrative. Okay, so you're writing from a first person perspective. Anyway, so let's scroll down a bit. They're saying generally this can be achieved in about 3 paragraphs. Okay, you'll read that. They're saying if you don't hear from them within the 2 weeks, then you know you didn't make it. Anyway, that's a good thing. Let's scroll down a bit. So down here we have the form. You're going to use this form to apply for that work. If you ask me, this is a very good job opportunity. So go ahead and give it a try. I'm going to leave the link to the Oval Update in the description box. Number 2, we have Open Secret Magazine. And by the way, let me just point this out. Most of these job applications are very specific about AI use. So if you're that kind of writer who depends on AI, you might want to sit out on this one. It's not the opportunity for you. Or otherwise, if you do not know how to write without AI, come to my class, I'll sort you out, okay? So they're saying they're looking for paid call for submissions for personal essays by humans about the human experience. No AI writing allowed. So when you scroll down, you can see how much they pay, which is a very good amount. This job is time bound. I guess the last date is on November 30th. So make sure that you're applying before then. So let's scroll a bit. Close this one. Let's scroll. They're saying we do not accept essays that have been published. So of course you want to submit something that has not been published elsewhere. I'm assuming this is original content. And then now they've given you instructions on how to send your applications. They're saying it must include all 3 required elements: essay, bio, and horizontal photo. Make sure that you are complying. And then there is an email that you are going to submit your application to. And the email is right here. Okay. So basically that's that. They've told you about the payments, they've told you about the deadline, and other instructions. So just make sure that you are reading the instructions. I'm also going to leave the link to this job application in the description box. Next we have MIT Technology Review. This is the job application and their requirements. They're saying in general, we commission news stories, generally 800 to 1,000 words, analysis pieces, features, and whatnot. So again, this one, if you have experience writing those, the features, the analysis, and news stories, then this is a good job opportunity. They've also stated their requirements. Let's see. Pitching print. In addition to our online coverage, MIT Technology Review publishes a bi-monthly print magazine, short news stories. There you are. They've told you they also write narrative features, investigations, big profiles, whatever. So the application is time-bound. They're saying here are some of upcoming feature themes for 2026 along with the deadlines. We have January, February, March, April, March, June. So make sure that you are complying to that depending on what you're writing. Okay, they're paying $1 to $2 per word, which is very good, and that is the email that you're going to use to apply for that work. And by the way, most of these jobs are open to people around the world, save for the last one that I'll talk about. It only accepts people from specific areas, so I'll point that out. This is our next one, the breakdown, and they're looking for writers for their other issue, which is airborne. Now let's scroll down a bit to see the requirements. They're saying they're looking for argumentative essays, memoirs, original translations, photojournalism, reportage and dispatches, whatever. So if you're good with that, go ahead and make applications. These are serious jobs. Okay, I don't think beginner content writers can do this, but anyway, let's see. You can see the pay is even very good. They're saying 650 euros per piece for 3,000 words. That's a very good amount. The deadline for this pitch is Friday, 5th December. Okay, like I said, they're time bound. And they're saying we welcome submissions for digital only pieces published on our website and in our fortnightly newsletter anytime. Okay, so they have given us details on how to go ahead and apply or submit our applications. The email is right there on your screen. You can check it out. Okay. So this is our last one for today. It is transitions, and you can see that they have an application. This is the one that I was saying, it's only accepting people from specific places, and in this case, Balkan. Okay, so if you're from the Balkan region, you can go ahead and apply for this. Looks like a very good job opportunity. They're saying we welcome pitches for reported features, photo essays, video or multimedia pieces, and so on. What we offer, flat fee of $250 for every accepted story. And then they've also given us step-by-step on how to make applications, including the email address, which is right there. That's what I had planned for the Opportunity Monday Mula, and this is just a start. I'm planning on sharing different opportunities for different online skills every other Monday. So in case you're not subscribed to this channel, I can promise you for a fact, you're going to miss out, because I'm going to cover lots and lots of different opportunities and platforms that you can go and find these online jobs. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can also share this channel so that your friends can come find me, okay, and learn from me. And lastly, I do have classes where I teach everything that I talk about in my channel. So in case you're interested, be sure to reach out to me. I'm going to leave my contacts in the description box, okay? And I guess that's that for today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.